up? What's up, Pisces? I know I can't get through July and not bring my Pisces a reading, especially because I'm a Pisces rising. I said I was going to try to get to everybody, and I had Pisces through Aries to finish. I don't think I did. I think I did Gemini. So I had Pisces to Aries to finish. So I'm going to do this for Pisces, and it's about a little after mid-July. So this will take you through summer, August. I always say the readings transcend time. They aren't necessarily time-based. I've had readings, I've done readings where it might not seem too familiar to you at the time, and then it comes back, months later or weeks later. You come back like, you know what? Oh my gosh, that exact thing happened. Sorry if my energy is a little low. I am tired, Pisces, and sorry for all the shuffling in your ear as well. But I'm shuffling around a weight deck. I'm going to title this a romance reading. If it pulls out and speaks to mostly romance, I will do that. I am going to use the romance cards to tap more in specifically into the love area of your life, but consider it sort of general as well. So I'll try to give you all the messages that I can in a short amount of time on whatever level that they come out on. And Pisces, before I came into this reading, I was thinking that you guys are going to find out something that you didn't know before. So either some news, some information, something that you did not already know. Now, what that has to do with, if that's in your romantic relationship, your career, whatever the case, we'll see as we deal the cards. But I feel like somebody is going to bring you some news. You're going to get some news from somewhere, somehow, and it's just going to be some honest, truthful, straight up what's going on, like the word on the street, the gossip, or whatever the case. And for the most part, Pisces, if this hasn't already happened to you, if it already hasn't happened to you, for the most part, Pisces, I feel like it's going to be positive news. It's going to be something you discover like, oh my gosh, I was running all around the bush and this was closer to me than I thought, or this was more practical, or what you found out makes more sense, or what you found out is sort of a delight. You know what I'm saying? Or, I suppose for a few Pisces out there, it could be not so great, but I'm not getting a negative feeling overall about the news. It's just blunt, to the point, the truth, and it may even help you save yourself time, energy, distance, all that kind of stuff. So, if that means something to you, take it how it goes. Take it how it goes. So I'm just shuffling. And usually I use my playing cards for clarification. But tonight, number one, to save myself some time to get these readings out and just condense your reading, Pisces, I don't think I'm going to use my playing cards tonight, and I'll just clarify with the Rider-Waite, and let me just do your romance cards, and then we'll be ready to go. And just spot some cards that flipped over. I definitely feel as though what I said, as far as discovering information for most of the Pisces, is going to be true. And Pisces, I was thinking, maybe you guys can appreciate this. Maybe you guys can definitely appreciate this thought. But Pisces, I've been thinking and shit. And I'm thinking that if we all collectively, for those of us who are still trapped in like the 9-to-5 corporate world, if we all collectively leave our 9-to-5s, wouldn't that whole corporate America thing just collapse? And can't we create or build something outside of that? Like, what would happen if we all collectively left our corporate 9-to-5s? Would the world still revolve around money? How could you lose your house, or lose your apartment, or lose anything when they don't even have people to work there to get things done and collect your money and take your money and what if we just became so much more self-sufficient? That was just a thought. That's just a thought. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's these this lunar eclipse is about to be in Aquarius. So maybe I'm just thinking, some out the box shit that I really wish, could be in a reality. Some out the box Aquarius shit with a Leo grand idea. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just why is my phone charging? So yeah, I was just thinking, and I was wondering, what you guys kind of thought of that. What you think of that, Pisces? Can you dig that? Can you not dig it? What if we could just live out of the box? I mean, because this whole matrix 9 to 5 everything every day is for the birds. This whole routine is like, I'm about to break out. I gotta break out. It's like jail. You gotta escape. Gotta find your best escape route. But anyway, I will talk about current events and what's going on here and there and everywhere, but not tonight, guys. We're just gonna get right into this reading. I'm gonna try to put all my energy into this and give Pisces the best messages I see for you for going on out through the end of July and coming up in coming up in August. So let's see. I think it's about time to lay these cards. All right. So I'm just. All right, it's just like this. All right, Pisces. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Oh, yeah. Funny. Okay. So, Pisces, like I said, I had a feeling because of some things I saw, a lot of this was going to revolve around career. Ooh, awesome. Hey. But as I lay the cards, we got some love information as well. And we're gonna see what that is about. But so we got a little bit of both, I feel. We got some career and we have some love information. So let's see what's going on. So like I said, it's going to be some information that comes to you. And I feel like, Pisces, this information in one way or the other is going to help you either move on from the stagnation that you feel in your heart, in your mind, or it's going to help you see things in a better perspective and say, wow, that really was bad for me. I'm actually happy to be moving on. I don't feel so confused. I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so uncomfortable with moving on, because when you move on, it's definitely going to be for the best. It's definitely going to be for a great opportunity, and you're going to find when you move on, your heart is going to heal. It's going to heal on many levels. A lot of times to heal your heart is to then ease your mind. And I really do feel like whatever you're moving away from, whether this be a job that an opportunity was presented, a job was presented. You may have started some new jobs within the past, you can say 3 to 6 months or something like that. Recently, you started a new job and it just didn't turn out how you expected it to turn out. So maybe you started a new job. If you're not completely with a new company or something like that, it was a new opportunity. So even promotions, whatever it was, it absolutely did not turn out like you thought it would. It may have been, high paying. The money may have been good. Some aspects may have been good about it, but overall, it didn't make you feel good. Overall, it didn't, it was a lot of stress. It put a lot of stress on your mind and made you feel like, oh, gray, even calling in to question some health habits. So if you had a lot of stress, it could be because of either this relationship or this job that you've been dealing with. It's definitely I feel like this is definitely in your work sector. So for those of you, because there are many different people who watch the readings, for those of you who this may not be in your work sector, if it's in your love or relationship sector, you could be dealing with a Virgo. You could be dealing with some sort of earth sign towards Virgo, Capricorn, because I do see the pentacles here. Also, when this opportunity was presented, or when you went into what you went into, I don't feel like you went into it with all the information that you needed, and I don't feel like you knew what was going on, and you had all of the information, all of the knowledge to which you really needed to understand what this new opportunity entailed. Information was presented, but I don't think you took a close look, and it wasn't on the up and up. It wasn't, you thought you were going into a positive direction. You thought this opportunity was going to be something good for you, but it didn't turn out to be, whether that be in career or whether that be in love. And what's really, really funny, Pisces, is that Hangman represents, when I talk about information and not having all the information, not being at ease in your mind, being stuck, it definitely is a karmic thing. What you're going through, whether it be in a relationship, in a career, and it could be both, because it's a very, very much so a karmic situation, because you had the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Hangman in reverse, and the Hermit. And you have 3 aces, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups in the reading. It really says to me, and then with the Hangman representing the Pisces card, it represents, from different sources, it represents the Pisces and the Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a higher learning, it's a higher wisdom. A higher sort of education. It's learning, it's philosophy, it is going deep into religion. It is all those things. And when I said, that you really didn't have all the information, you didn't have all the knowing, you really weren't enlightened, would cause you to really have to go inside yourself and take a minute away to get your mind together. There had been a need for you to take that time out, to take that rest. And whether this had to do, like I said, overall not feeling good. Some of you Pisces may have been through medical issues lately, possible surgeries, maybe you were told you had to have some surgeries and you were trying to make a decision. Maybe there's some things you wanted done and you didn't have the money to get it done on a medical front or health front. I do just want to say, take care of your health. That's been a big thing for everybody in general. I'm a Pisces rising. I'm reading this as a Cancer. I know for me personally, that's been a theme. And Pisces, I'm seeing that also as a theme. And you're reading, if there's anything going on with your heart palpitations, maybe even blood pressure issues, things of that nature, make sure you get those things checked out. If there's any surgeries or anything, get your second opinions and things like that. But I see that whatever it is going on, you're going to be fine. Things are going to be flowing again. So if there's something going on with some circulation problems, heart problems, things like that, you will be fine, but you just want to make sure you get those things checked out and you stay on top of those things. So moving away from those health things, you will find, as whatever this information that comes to you from this Ace of Swords, because the Hangman usually has a higher understanding, and that is where that Sagittarius comes from. And with that Jupiter being the old school ruler of Pisces and new school ruler of Sagittarius, it's like Pisces, you have that deep inner knowing, that all conscious being knowing from being that 12th zodiac sign. But Sagittarius is really understanding that at a fundamental and a wisdom level and applying it. And with the Hangman in reverse, you really didn't have a good understanding of your situation, of what's going on, which led you not to feel good about anything, not to feel good about the career, not to feel good about the emotions, really not feeling well. And with the Hermit, having to take the time out to really ground yourself, find out some information on why you feel like you feel, recenter yourself, and then be able to walk away from some things. So walk away from a job that's stressing you out and doesn't benefit you. Walking away from relationships and opportunities that are stressing you out and do not benefit you. And I feel like the new information, whatever new information that you discover, it's going to have you say, okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So you are going to walk away so that you can feel better physically and emotionally. So you're going to walk away from something and it's fine. I think you're going to come to grips with, okay, I can't change this. I can't you really are going to look at all of the red flags, because that card is on the table from the romance deck. You're really going to look at everything and sort of put aside people's judgments. And this is on a relationship front and a career front. You're going to put aside people's judgments and look inwards and say, well, how is this going to work for me? I've lined up all my pros and my cons, and I really am seeing what's detrimental, what's really going to hurt me. And I'm making the decision to walk away to something better, to get to a better place. Until you take action, until you make a move, it's always going to be the same thing. And if you stay stuck where you are, it's not going to get better. The only way for the situation to get better is to move on. When you move on, you will see that there's going to be a new opportunity that will bring happiness and healing of your heart. It will take some of this pressure off of your heart. It will make you feel better, so that and you will, in time, and not even in time, you're going to come to a point now where you're healing. Whatever wounds you're going through, they are going to heal. And like I said, these wounds, it's not always just relationships and love that get us in a bad place, that fuck our life up, that stress us. I mean, you hear a lot of people who kill themselves over their job because they couldn't handle the stresses and the pressures of life, and they really got caught up in that emotional tide that comes with just being in this world, just living our life from day to day. But I'm seeing, Pisces, what you really are going to do is get a hold of those emotions and put everything in check. So just turning that hangman upside down. But it's all karmic. It's all meant to teach you a lesson. You know what I mean? The spread that I see on the table, even if I'm not sounding really overly enthused about it, or if I'm not sounding really hype about it, it really does speak on a very deep level to what Pisces has done, what you're doing right now, and what you need to do. Keep your emotions in check, and you will find, as you walk away and you really make some heartfelt decisions. So new information is going to come. New information is going to be presented that you got to think over, you got to mull over, and then you got to make a move because of it. And you're going to find, no matter how bad things may seem when this happens, and because like I said, before the reading even starts, and I saw this information in the Ace of Swords and things like that, and then the Hermit, and then the Hangman being reversed, going deeper, really, really thinking and understanding and processing this information and seeing how it's positive for you, not negative. And then the Eight of Cups, when he walks away, he's been on, it's like a man who's been on a journey. He has been places and he sees things, but it's not the last stop on his destination. If you're a Pisces and you've been thinking where you're at is where you're going to be stuck forever, or where that's where you're supposed to be or meant to be, that is not true. You have a whole journey ahead of you. And maybe with that Sagittarius, you really do need to think about getting away, taking learning. So whether that be school, going back to school, that's also been a theme that's been out there for a while. But going back to school, learning, just pursuing something outside of your local, outside of your usual, outside of the skills you already have and what you already do know. Even when that comes to your love relationship too, broadening your horizons, broadening your options, broadening your choices, because it is going to be the best move that you made. And what you're going to come into and what you'll discover, like I said, everything is karmic. who you've been with and who you'll meet are people from these are experiences and loose ends we're tying up from past life relationships. And the people that are coming into your world, Pisces, and you may know this from feeling on such an intuitive level and being really what's supposed to be the wisest of all the zodiac signs. And when I say wise, I'm not necessarily talking about as far as a book level smarts, but just that wisdom that comes from age, that wisdom that comes from Pisces being the older zodiac sign. Sagittarius combines that wisdom with knowledge because they seek that higher learning. They seek that information. But Pisces has the wisdom from just knowing. It's innately. So it's innately from how long that you've evolved through this zodiac, all of the phases of the zodiac wheel that you have evolved to come back to this lifetime as a Pisces. So what you're going through right now is karmic. So you want to take a deeper look. And I can truly, I'm not lying when I say this reading is so deep. I feel it in my soul, being a Pisces rising, because I can truly say that there have been a lot of messages. And Pisces, if you can attest, put it in the comments. You guys probably have been getting a lot of messages, kind of speaking to you to guide you in which way you need to go into relationships. So people you need to leave behind, situations you need to walk away from, even if it's hard, so that you can get to, you can heal and you really can get in the place where you need to be with the people you really need to be for that happiness, which I see here because of after all the confusion, after walking away from situations, job situations not working out, relationship situations not working out, and you really have to assess where you are in your life, and really sit with that for a minute. And then really think about the direction you're going, and knowing you need to move and forge ahead. What's gonna come is the Ace of Cups, new emotional opportunities, just your cup overflowing, and really understanding that even if it's emotional, even after you've really went inside, whether it hurt or you cried your eyes out or whatever the case, it's going to be something really, really beautiful presented to you. And you're going to go from the Ace of Cups to the Nine of Cups, having everything that you really can wish for. And as you have that in your professional life and your career life, it transcends over to your love life. And you are truly going to heal whatever past issues you have, whatever broken hearts you have, whatever has been going on, whatever health issues that you may have been worried about. You are truly going to heal those things and realize what you have been through is karmic, and it was meant for you to learn and see a bigger lesson, really more so about why you're here, your purpose, your place in this world, and your gifts and creativity of what you have to offer outside of the everyday mundane. Because what's been presented to you and where you've been at so far is not satisfying. It has not satisfied you. You are not content. And it's left your mind and your soul, it just really, your mind, your soul, and your heart dry, numb, in a desert land. That's why you've got to walk away to get your cups fulfilled, to really delve deep into this water and get some of this water in your life to re-nourish you and to refill your cups. And then you'll see that you are really going to mend you're going to mend the relationship with yourself. I was going to say that you're going to mend relationships with other people, but most of all, the relationship that you're going to mend and the healing that's going to come is going to be for you when it comes to your health, your love, your career, all of that stuff. And then you're going to see the big picture of why these things happen. And I really think for the love life, once you make some decisions and you make some moves, you really got to change the way that you've been doing things. Yeah, you've been thinking and you've went off to the side. I know you had other things to handle. But I'm seeing that there really is somebody there for you. There is somebody who there's going to be a deep, deep connection with, and it transcends this lifetime. That is really what is on the table. And if you haven't already met that person, or that isn't already going on in your life, I would say expect that to go on really soon, but before the end of the year, as we close out this 2017 year, because we are halfway through the year. So you guys, I really thank you for listening to Frequency World Radio. I'm Madam X. I'll be back with an Aries reading. If it's not the end of July, it'll be for August. If it's really close to August, I'll just make it for August. Please leave your comments below. I'd like to know your situations. I'd like to know how things played out. I'd like to know what's going on in your life right now, and if where this reading kind of stuck out for you. So thank you so much, Pisces. Much love to my Pisces. I'm a Pisces rising, and it's still every day that I go through understanding the zodiacs and really applying zodiac characteristics and who we are and where we fall in the zodiac to real life, to be able to bring them back and really talk about the signs and relate it to the information that comes out in the cards. And I would say this was a very, very interesting and appropriate reading for Pisces this month. Let me know what you guys think. Love you. I'm out.